Hey everybody, we're here with another Clash Island voice actor interview. So let's go right to the first question, which is who are you? Who do you voice in Clash Island and how long have you been voice acting for?
Hi, I'm Ame or Amélie Bellefeuille, and I voice Ironmouse and Pokimane in Clash Island. By the way, two of my favorite roles. I have been voice acting on and off for about 4 to 6 years now. I didn't really save a date. But yeah.
All right, and how did you get the role for your character? What was your experience in auditioning for the role?
Well, I saw the casting call on Facebook of all places, and I say all places because no one ever expects to find anything on Facebook. So that's why I tell people, go look on Facebook, go use Facebook. There's hidden gold there. And I originally auditioned for Ironmouse, booked the role, and then we had a whole. Can I say the whole Ironmouse
Yeah,
thing? Okay.
yeah, because the Sea Dog voice actor brought that up in his interview, so you can bring it up too.
Okay, cool. Ironmouse was supposed to voice herself after I got cast. So then I was like, "Yay! Oh my God! I might be working with a really cool person." But fuck, I lost my job. And then you came to me and were like, "Hey, I think that you would be good for Pokimane," and I'm like, I don't think so, but I'm gonna agree with you because I want a job. And so I recorded for Pokimane, and then turns out later on Ironmouse did not have time, so then you brought me back on for Ironmouse, and I recorded again for Ironmouse. So it was a ton of fun. Learning Ironmouse's voice was a hell of a challenge, but it was really, really fun. I watched hours and hours and hours of her content and clips, which actually ended up getting me into VTubing as well. So I have you to thank for that.
So I'm the reason why Plum exists.
Yes, you are the reason Plum exists.
Perfect.
I also, for the viewers, I also stream as a VTuber. I recently debuted. I am Plum Pun VA on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. So yay, little bit of a self promo there.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. There's a spot for that in the interview, so you can talk
Okay.
about that more. Alrighty, so what do you like most about playing your characters, and what about them do you find interesting?
Well, Pokimane, I would have to say her role in the show and her relationship with most of the other cast is what I find most interesting about her. No spoilers, but she has a very, very fun relationship with one of the other characters later on that I am very excited to go into because it's gonna be really funny, I think. And then Ironmouse, I would have to say her accent, like, I'm usually like god awful at accents, but because I speak Spanish, the Spanish like, or like the Costa Rican like some bit of accent she's got was a bit easier for me to do, and it was so much fun to learn. And I really can't wait for you all to see how it sounds in the show and the little like nuances and stuff, because those were really fun to learn and to do. Ironmouse as well is also just this tsundere brat, and she's so much fun to play.
Yeah, we had lots of fun trying to figure out how to get Ironmouse to speak certain ways because she says certain words different ways depending on like how she's kind of feeling about the subject. Like when she says Redditor in the show, we had her say it like in a weird way because it's something that she would say. Yeah,
Redditor.
Yeah, she tends to just make words sound different like that. So we had to add those kind of nuances to her dialogue so that it was very much more Ironmouse-ish.
And that was so much fun. I absolutely loved that about her character, and I loved being able to explore her character a bit like that, and I'm really excited to continue doing so. Actually, funny enough, Pokimane's voice was way harder to do than Ironmouse's, even though Pokimane is so much more closer to my natural voice. And that's because, like, Ironmouse has a very distinct voice. She has these nuances in her voice and the way that she speaks, which makes it a lot more easier to learn and imitate. But then Pokimane kind of has this, like, she's got an American accent, but she's got like just a sprinkle of Valley Girl in there, just a little sprinkle. And so that was really hard to find the balance of. And so we kind of just said, like, okay, let's just embody the character. Let's not worry about like the imitation of the voice, and let's just do the character. And so that's what we did. But I can't wait for episode 2, because I have been working on trying to get her voice more closer to the actual Pokimane. So hopefully I can do a better job of that next time.
Funny enough, I actually think Pokimane is Canadian.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know her too well. I don't know.
Well, I think I read that online.
I'll be honest. I put more focus on Ironmouse's character than Pokimane's.
Like
I need to not neglect either of them, though.
I think I wrote down everyone's kind of like nationality and such on here, and I think it says Pokimane is Moroccan Canadian.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I mean like more for her voice.
Yeah.
She doesn't really have much of an accent. She has a specific voice. Like she kind of has like a young sounding with a sprinkle of Valley Girl in there. Just a little teeny tiny bit. You can barely notice it.
Yeah.
But that was a bit difficult to try and put into there.
Yeah, and the next question kind of rolls into stuff you've already talked about, which was, did you do any research on who you'd be playing, and what did you discover about them that helped you play your role as them better?
Oh God, this is gonna be difficult to answer because we recorded for this like a year ago now, I think.
Yeah, it's almost a year to the date that we started recording stuff.
Geez, okay. I did watch like hundreds of hours of their clips. I would like put on their VODs, mainly Ironmouse's VODs, like in the background while I was working on something or doing something. And of course, you know, do the little voice actor parrot where you repeat after them. I'm trying to think of like if there was anything in particular. I mean, I guess when it comes to Ironmouse, the way that she interacts with Connor, because that's like very, very similar to the way she interacts with Connor in the show. And so taking lines that, you know her, like she's got those tsundere moments.
Yeah.
And so repeating after those and like learning how to mimic those was really helped later on with recording the actual lines.
Yeah, she definitely tends to act a bit differently when she's interacting with Connor. Mainly like when she's like she always does that thing where she's like, "We gotta play games, Connor," and she gets that like sad pouty voice on.
Yes.
Yeah, to guilt them and all that stuff. That I think that's pretty funny, and that's something we'll definitely have to do more as Clash Island goes on.
She has this very like perfect like anime girl voice, and I love doing the anime girl voices. I love going 110% in exaggeration, and going full on theater kid with with her.
Yeah, it's nice when you get to kind of like play a character that is essentially just an anime character. So you kind of got a pretty good setup going on with playing Ironmouse.
Yeah.
All right, so next question. Were you a fan of either Pokimane or Ironmouse before you got cast as them?
I knew who they were. I wouldn't say, because I only recently got into watching streams and stuff. And even now I still I find it really hard to find the time to watch streams. So I'll usually only watch VODs or clips. I'll be honest, I only knew Pokimane from all the drama that she was in before. And so I knew that I would have to start to look at her differently, or 'cause she's a very, very talented woman. She's a very, very talented woman, who's also done a lot of good for the community. And I don't think it's just how the internet works, and it's sad that it'll push out all the negativity. So yeah, I only really knew her from that. And so when I would watch a lot of her clips and stuff, I wouldn't say I'm like a fan of her now. I'm not like, her content doesn't really appeal to me. But Ironmouse, on the other hand, I knew, because I knew of VTubers before, and I thought they were really cool. But I only really watched I was only really familiar with the corporate VTubers like Hololive. Hololive's the main one. And so I wasn't really familiar with any of the indies. I knew she was a big thing. And then when I started watching her clips and stuff, I was like, oh, burp. I was like, whoa, I really like her. And so now I watch her somewhat regularly, and she's introduced me. Through her, I found so many other VTubers I watch now, and of course, it also inspired me to debut as a VTuber myself.
Yeah.
I think I didn't answer the question, but...
No, that's fine. You already kind of answered most of it beforehand, so I'm just like re-asking it and like seeing what else you have to say about the topic.
Right. I'm jumping ahead of all this.
Nah, everybody's been kind of covering this stuff before I even get to it, so it's not that big of a deal. Alrighty, so going on to the next question. What was your initial thoughts on the script without revealing spoilers?
I was really, really surprised that it was actually funny. Like, don't take this the wrong way. But I've worked on a ton of indie projects, a ton of smaller projects. And very, very, very little of them actually reached the quality that Clash Island is. And especially with you being one, other than the voice actors basically being a one-man show, it came as a real surprise, and I was really, really impressed. And I was immediately telling my partner and like telling him about the script and stuff, and like I showed him a little bit of it, and he was cackling, he was laughing his ass off, and I was like, okay, this is gonna be a hit, like, and I'm going to help make this a hit.
Perfect. Yeah, there's some lines in there that we really knocked it out of the park, especially some of the most critical stuff is really funny. Like there's that one confessional that he has that is probably like the best stuff I've written for Clash Island so far. But the only problem is that now every episode we have to have like one banger moist critical line, and they're so hard to write.
Oh my god. Your Meat Canyon lines are really funny as well. Oh right, and like speaking about the other voice actors, like don't tell them I said this, but holy fuck, they're good. Oh my god. I have to say, like, especially Moist Critical, XQC's voice actor and Markiplier's voice actors, like, blew it out of the park with their impressions. Like, they are spot on. What?
Yeah, some of them really knocked it out of the park. And the guy who does Mead Canyon, he was a part of one of my old projects, so having him come back was nice to voice Mead Canyon, because I got to see him like improve from his first performance playing Logan in my other pilot to now playing Mead Canyon in this one. So it's crazy to see how good everybody is.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and so let's go into the next question, which is, what would you like to see happen in Clash Island, and what aspects of the project make you excited to be a part of it?
What made me excited about the project to be a part of it? I think it was the humor. I think really as soon as I saw the script, because when I first auditioned, I should have answered this early. I should have answered with this earlier. But I'm usually horrible. I'm a horrible impressionist. I cannot do impressions for shit. And so I was really unsure if I should audition. And like when I saw the audition, I was kind of just like, my mindset was kind of like, oh, I'll do it for fun. Why not? Like, it's a challenge. Why not? Like, she has an interesting voice, might be cool to learn, you know? And I'm really glad I did. You have no idea how surprised I was when you called me back for a callback. Emailed me back for a callback. I don't know.
Yeah, it was long as like, I think you're one of the people that just sent me their audition via email, because a lot of that was through Casting Call Club or through Facebook Messenger, because that's where I posted the casting calls. But you sent me one via email, so you're one of the few. I think there was like one other person that was via email that I cast via that way. So
Okay, so I stood out. Cool to know. Good to know.
Yeah, I think
because I used email.
Yeah, I think it was you and Brian who emailed me, and that's how the audition process went. Because everybody else was through like casting call club or other means through. So yeah, there was definitely that. And I know you talked a little bit about about this before, but what would you like to see happen in the show? You talked a little bit about it before, but without revealing spoilers, what are you kind of being like, oh, I really want that to happen?
Well, I obviously want my 2 girls to get at least close to the finale, so I can stay on the show. And I would like to see some sort of relationship or some sort of relationship between Connor and Mouse. I very much respect their real life counterparts, but I mean as characters, because I see it as them. I see them as very, very separate, the characters and the real life people, because the characters are just parodies. So yeah, I think it would be really cute and really wholesome to see them kind of, even if it's just like little sprinkles and little hints and little crumbs that you'll feed us. I would love to see that. And obviously we gotta turn up the drama. I can't wait to see that. It is a parody of Total Drama Island, after all.
Oh, we're not going to be lacking in the drama department going forward. These individuals, I tell you that.
Hell yeah.
Talked a little bit about Ironmouse, so maybe let's dive in. What would you like to see Pokimane kind of do on Clash Island?
That's what I'm thinking, because I know something that happens, but I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see how that plays out, because I think it's gonna be really silly goofy. And actually, Mystical Okami, XQC's VA, and I, we're going to hop on Rivals sometime soon and talk more about our characters and stuff, and maybe like not what am I trying to say? So we have a bit more synergy going on.
Oh, okay.
Is what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
You're good.
They're definitely gonna have some fun moments together later on.
You guys are gonna go do some role play in Marvel Rivals.
Ew, no.
Not that kind of role play, just regular role play.
Oh my god, that would be really fun though, going into games and doing impressions. If I could do a better impression.
Yeah. Yeah. Alrighty. So
I'm trying to think of like what else Pokimane. Like, I feel like she and Monarch could maybe team up, because they're like, Monarch's kind of I don't want to say like the baddie, the bad guy. I mean, she is a baddie. She's definitely scheming something, and I feel like Pokimane's gonna want in sometime. Or she's not gonna know what's up, but she's gonna want to be included, you know?
Yeah.
She's gonna want to stir something up.
Yeah, exactly. There's lots of potential for team ups and alliances and such. I really want to play around with that. So there'll be room for lots of interaction, because the main thing about Clash Island is I wanted to have lots of these interactions happen that you wouldn't see otherwise. So that's one thing we're kind of looking into doing more of.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. I'm excited to get to know the other voice actors more and work more with them as well, because they're all so freaking talented. Oh my god.
Yeah, definitely. There's lots of super talented people on the team. I'm looking forward to see what everybody has to bring forward in the future. So let's go on to this next question. So lots of people always contact me about doing these kind of projects, and they want to be voice actors on them, and I often have to tell them, like, no, you can't be a voice actor on my project, because you have to apply through the proper channels, and you actually have to be somewhat professional or semi-professional or want to pursue voice acting as a career. So I've been asking everybody this as I've been doing this series, and that question is, lots of people would like to get into voice acting. What advice or suggestions would you give people interested in pursuing voice acting?
I know you're gonna hate hearing this, But just fucking do it. Just start. Like, make your own, first of all, make your own projects. If there's some kind of, like, for example, webtoons are really cool, like, really easy and really fun to dub, as well as, like, web mangas and stuff. I did a web manga dub, little comics and stuff you find online, and just post onto YouTube. I know so many of my friends started with just, like, the little, like, Apple earbuds, the little mic they have on there, the wired ones. A lot of them started with that. I will say, like, finding casting calls and getting auditions, that is the actual work part of it. Auditioning is the actual work part of voice acting. Audition. If you see an audition, like, don't be picky about them. Like, if you're not comfortable with it, don't do it, but don't be picky with them either. And just try. Twitter has some great resources, voice acting Twitter. Facebook, like I mentioned, go Voice Acting Alliance Facebook group. That's where actually I found Clash Island. It has a lot of hidden gold there. A lot of people wouldn't think to look there. Casting Call Club is, if you're new to voice acting and just kind of want to dip your toes in it, try, like, get some experience. Experience is the main thing. By all means, go onto Casting Call Club, do some of the projects there, but please do not expect anything out of them, as a lot of the people there are also beginners, whether it's with directing, editing, writing, whatever, and a lot of the stuff will either be canceled or kind of left for dead. It happens a lot, and that's okay. Just be aware of that. And I guess my final piece of advice when it comes to finding casting calls, is avoid TikTok. Just avoid TikTok casting calls. They never go well in my experience, even if you do book them. And my final bit of advice is take some classes. Take some acting classes. That's very, very, very important. And there's a ton of online voice acting classes. If you're some cities have a lot of voice acting classes in person. Every voice acting class is kind of just an acting class in disguise, but they're all really, really good. Most of the ones I've been to have been really, really good, and they're well worth it. They're well worth the investment. Before you start investing in any equipment or anything, invest in the classes. And I lied. My final piece of advice is take singing classes. Even if you're not a singer or not interested in singing at all, taking singing classes and getting, like, a vocal coach like that will have your range go from, like, I can't show my hands. You're just gonna have to imagine. Can go from like your normal range to just, like, expanding. Whoa. You can do really, really high voices and really, really low voices all of a sudden.
Yeah, I was watching a stream and you had the exact same thing when you were VTubing. You were like, can't really see what I'm doing with my hands here, but it expands your range. I was talking about that on my stream as well, wasn't I? I've just kind of listed off every, like, beginner voice acting tip I have. no cohesive pattern. Yeah, well, a lot of the stuff you said is a lot of what people have been saying before, but now people can watch these interviews and see all the exact same advice being given and probably write that down as, like, every single one of them said to just fucking do it. Just start. So I should just start doing it.
Yep, just doing it. There's no, like, equipment won't hold you back, and it is not, no, don't apologize, you're okay. It is, like, investing into equipment very early on is a really, really bad idea. When I started doing online projects and my own projects, I was lucky enough to have a little mic already because my dad did voice acting and acting professionally, and my story is a little bit different than most people's. I was fortunate. I was really fortunate with how I got into this. but like a lot of my I started in a closet. I started in not even like a walk-in closet. I would just set up my mic in between all my clothes, throw a blanket over my head, and I recorded most of my auditions like that.
And I know people are going to ask this question in the comments, so I guess I'll ask it for them. You said your dad's a professional voice actor. Is he someone that we know, or is he more known for doing like small things?
Well, he's he's done a lot of documentaries. I'd have to message and ask which one. It's some sort of like nature documentary that he's done recently. I don't remember the name of it though. As an actor, he was in A Knight's Tale, if anyone knows that. It's quite popular, actually, surprisingly enough. So I would be kind of surprised yet not surprised at the same time. Yeah, he was in that. And he's done, in terms of acting, he's mostly done a lot of theater work with the Prague Shakespeare Company. So I wouldn't really be able to say like, oh, he's been in this or this or that.
Well, people would be able to find him and then know who you are via him through proxy. So it's like, it's a good thing you kind of kept it vague. So people are like, oh, can't really figure out who it is, but they know where he's been, kind of.
I mean, my name is Amélie Bellefeuille. You'll have that spelled out in the description or whatever, where to find me. And well, like with VTubing, I kind of see my VTuber as a character that I play, even though she is very close to my personality, because oh my god, doing 7 to 8 hour streams with playing a character for that long is not easy. I tried it. It did not work. No, like I still prefer to be credited with my real name and stuff. My dad's name is Scott Bellefeuille. If you wanna do some snooping and finding him, whatever.
Some people get curious. All right,
he's a very talented and interesting man. I would not blame you. He's also very handsome. So he told me to say that.
his own little self-insert there. Tell them I'm handsome. Just make sure they know it.
If you ever meet him, tell him he looks like Tony Stark. It'll make him really happy.
My favorite Avenger, so. Big Iron Man fan. But let's go on to the final question, which is, how can people follow you personally and find other projects you've been in?
Yeah, the fun self-promo part, yippee! I am Amehameha, like Kamehameha, on all platforms. Spelled Amehaaa. Yes. My website is ameliebellefeuille.com. I have a lot of my active or like current roles on there, as well as my resume, where you can find a lot of the stuff I'm working on or are upcoming or I have done, whatever. You can find my reels on there as well. Basically, all of my information is on my website. Go to my website.
Perfect. That makes it easy for the links I got to post in the description. I can just post the one link and it'll lead everybody everywhere.
Exactly. It'll lead everyone everywhere. It's the one link wonder. A worthy investment. And then if you're into VTubers, if you're a fan of Ironmouse or Monarch, I am PlumPunVA on Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter. I stream almost every day. I stream mainly ASMR, any like mostly indie horror video games. I've been really into a lot of indie horrors right now, but I play whatever like piques my interest. And I also do drawing streams and other art-related streams. I think I'm gonna start working on a Squirrel Girl cosplay on stream sometime soon. Oh, and I'm also gonna be doing some like manga reading, narration, voice acting thing, something streams soon. So if that sounds like your thing, if that sounds interesting, then come check me out. Come say hi. My community is very friendly and very welcome and very nice. So yeah, yay!
Perfect. Well, thank you for taking the time out of your day to come in this interview, and we look forward to hearing everybody, including your performances in the Clash Island premiere happening on the 14th.
Me too. I hope hope to see everyone there on the 14th. Thank you so much for having me today, and thank you so much for having me on this show, on this wonderful project. Again, it's been like one of my favorite things to record because it was so much fun and so much fun to do research into. Yeah, I seriously can't wait to see where this goes, and I'm excited for everyone else to see that as well.
Me too. Alrighty, well, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Ciao, ciao, bye-bye!